Hello and welcome to the Legendary Chiropractor Podcast. I'm your host, Johnny Reuter, and this podcast is brought to you by thelegendarychiropractor.com, an interactive and immersive virtual platform for prospective chiropractic students, current chiropractic students, recent chiropractic school graduates, and even veteran doctors of chiropractic out in the field wanting just a little bit more from this profession. I hope that you enjoyed today's episode, and if you do, be sure to share with a friend, leave us a rate, leave us a review, and also be sure to subscribe to get more. Chiro HD, superior cloud-based practice management software. Chiro HD is a user-friendly, all-in-one EHR solution built with one mission: to help you run your practice like a boss. Learn more at chirohd.com. Total Clinic Solutions is your go-to source for purchasing both brand new and refurbished chiropractic equipment, as well as phone support for repairs and maintenance. Call Derek and allow him to combine your wishes and his 23 years of chiropractic equipment expertise to find what's best for you and your patients at 704-622-4089 or head to totalclinicsolutions.com now. Yo, what is going on, legendary chiropractors? Johnny Reuter here with another episode of the Legendary Chiropractor Podcast. It is a beautiful day at the time of shooting this here in Chicago, Illinois. The snow's starting to melt, and it's just a lovely, lovely day outside. I think it's supposed to get up to about 45, 50 degrees today, and that's pretty good. That's pretty good for early March here. So I'm super excited. Positive day, positive vibes going this morning. And if you're listening to this later on audio podcast, I'm sending positive vibes to you. Know that, as always, energy is transferable through any platform, through any means, through any barriers that might come in its way. Energy is transferable. So with that being said, I am sending my positive vibes to you today and every single day the rest of this week. So with that being said, we are talking lifestyle, folks. Lifestyle for recent chiropractic school graduates. This falls under our umbrella of money management. Why does it fall under the mindset or umbrella topic of money management? Because there are three major different lifestyles that you can live after graduation and even during chiropractic school, really, where you can set yourself up for success, or you can set yourself up for, a slower turnaround rate of success. Now, the three main common personality traits and or lifestyles that we commonly see when chiropractors graduate is A, this is far side of the spectrum. A is a luxurious lifestyle, a lavish lifestyle, meaning you don't care about debt, you don't care about spending, you don't care about money, you don't care that, you don't really care how much you're spending or what you need to get done in order to get done what you need to get done. And then we have the opposite side of the spectrum. So B is going to be that poverty mindset, that person that doesn't want to spend a dime because they're $200,000 plus in debt. They don't want to get a business loan. They don't want to go into practice themselves. They don't want to associate because they don't think they're going to be paid enough. They don't like all of these different things. They get into this poverty mindset and it's just really, really, really bad. And then you have your middle ground person. So kind of like the three personalities we talked to referring to debt, the same personalities or traits kind of apply here as well in regards to lifestyle. But here, this more modest person in the middle of that spectrum is going to live a very modest lifestyle, right? Buy nice things here and there, occasionally, right? Be able to, kind of splurge on Christmas gifts, birthday gifts, things like that. But when it comes to food, groceries, gas, random purchases from Amazon, things like that, they kind of take a step back and realize, hey, if I were to just save this money, it can compound for me in an interest account, or it can go towards paying off some sort of student loans or some sort of financial debt that you might have accrued between your time in chiropractic school and now as a recent chiropractic school graduate. And what we consider here as at the Legendary Chiropractor as a recent chiropractic school graduate is anyone that has been out of schools that has been out of school less than 3 years. So if you're a recent chiropractic school graduate, you've been out of school for less than 3 years, your turnaround rate of paying off debt, of figuring out finances, within that 3-year time frame, you have time to associate, you have time to open up your own practice, you have time to really start talking to financial advisors, accountants, and getting your team truly set up in order to be the most successful person you can possibly be. In fact, I actually just had a call yesterday, and I have another call today with a financial advisor who I am working with, or going to be working with, because it's that important to understand, hey, what is my financial state right now? Not only how I see it, but also how someone who is not involved in the, yes, they help mostly chiropractors, but who's not a chiropractor, who's not involved in that, right? So they're going to make more business decisions and more financial decisions based on wealth accumulation and growth and being smart and wise with your money, versus saying, hey, I have this much debt, I have this much expenses, I have this much revenue coming in per month, and we're going to use that simple formula and calculation to figure out what I can save, what I can stash away, and what I have to have for spending. And anything above and beyond that, we get into this gray area where it's either super stressful, or some months maybe it's not, because we have a little extra cash and liquid cash in hands. So highly recommend, as a recent chiropractic school graduate, you find a couple people, 2 people in particular, to help you with your finances. Again, I always say this caveat: I'm not a financial advisor. I don't give financial advice, but I do give you my personal experience and what I'm going through right now in my life. The 2 people I found that are most important to me right now in my life in regards to finances are, number 1, my accountant, and number 2 is a financial advisor. Somebody to guide me along this journey of investments, of stocks, of creating, interest and compounding interest, IRA funds and accounts, long-term investments, short-term investments, asset building, right? All sorts of different things. And even my accountant, yesterday we were emailing back and forth the same day I talked with my financial advisor, and had the first conversation ever with my financial advisor. And my accountant literally was like, hey, these are great questions that you're asking me for a financial advisor. That person's going to be able to guide you in the best direction. Your accountant sometimes is not your best financial advisor, right? Your accountant is able to do your taxes, is able to crunch your numbers, is able to keep your books, and is able to do really, really well at those things. But they also rely on not necessarily advising you on what you should invest in, what finances you should have, and where your money goes once it comes into your account, right? So that's what a financial advisor does. So those are the 2 people I recommend highly having on your team as a recent chiropractic school graduate right out of the gate, is a financial advisor and an accountant. An accountant, typically, at first, you're going to pay them 1 time per year to just go over your books, do your taxes, personal and business, and that's it. A financial advisor, you're not really going to pay, right? A financial advisor, what they get, how they get paid, is kickbacks. So any product they recommend to you, any platform that they use that they recommend to you, any kind of things, they get more affiliate kickbacks versus actually charging a monthly fee. Now, I would highly suggest you find somebody that does not charge some sort of monthly fee and or retainer to be your financial advisor, because at the end of the day, you're throwing that money out the window. And say they charge $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 per month to be your financial advisor. Over time, if you take 2 times 12, that's $24,000. At the end of the year, you literally don't have anymore. You spent on them to keep you and give you the best advice on where your finances should go. And at the end of the day, is that the best direction for your finances to go, right? Is spending it with them and their services, right? So at the end of the day, look at that. Look at your financial advisor. See if they're congruent with what they're saying and what they're preaching. Because if they're not, it's time to find a new one, right? But those are the 2 people I recommend. Those are the 3 lifestyles that we oftentimes see with recent graduates. Obviously, my best recommendation and what I'm trying to live out right now is the modest lifestyle, right? I still drive a 2006 Jeep Liberty. I didn't go out and buy a brand new car. I associated. I have a solid base salary with a bonus structure built in, right? And I live a modest lifestyle because in these 1 to 3 years after graduation, I know in my mind's eye, I want to learn as much as humanly possible that they do not teach you in school that actually applies to real world chiropractic. And I didn't want to jump right into opening my own practice right away where I'm taking out hundreds of thousands of dollars again in business loans. And now I'm trying to build a clientele when in reality, I really don't know how to, right? Yes, clubs are great on campus. Yes, things are, wonderful on campus. But at the end of the day, they're not necessarily teaching you the nitty-gritty facts of being in a practice, and you don't have the experience of being in a practice and actually utilizing these skills and these scripts and different things that they teach you to make sure that patients are, yes, on board with your message, getting the chiropractic care that they need, but also once they pay you for that chiropractic care that they need and want, what do you do with that money? School is not teaching you that. Clubs are not teaching you that. You don't understand that stuff until you get into the practice, until you get into the real world, and you can actually apply it to your life, your practice, or another doctor's practice, and you can see it live in action. Learn that for a year, year and a half, and then go out, turn around and open up a practice and absolutely freaking crush it. That's the goal. That's the dream. That's my mission, right? That's why I'm able to live this more modest lifestyle. I'm not out there buying a house, buying a car, buying a boat, all of this different stuff because it's not necessary for me right now. I know that I'm going to work my ass off right now so that I can live freely and do what I want to do later on in life. I'm going to work my butt off right now for the next 3 to 5 years, and I'm going to work my tail off, get patients in the door, build a successful, sustainable practice, and then I will be able to enjoy it. I got to put in 3 to 5 years of solid, hardcore work first, and you got to realize this as a recent graduate. You got to put the work in now so that you can enjoy life later. You're not supposed to necessarily enjoy life right out the gate. And I'm not saying you shouldn't. You can still enjoy life. I love my life. I love every second of my life. But right now, I'm not living that luxurious lifestyle. I'm not buying cars, boats, houses, all sorts of different things. I'm not investing in property. I'm not doing those things because that's not where I am in my life, right? 3 to 5 years from now, we're going to have a different conversation. But right now, when I'm shooting this video, we're not there yet. So take life as it comes to you and work within your means and be a modest person when it comes to your finances, when it comes to paying back your loans and your debt, and don't let it put you into a hole of poverty, but also don't let you push it out of into this luxurious lifestyle where you think you have all this cash flow and all of this money when reality kicks in. You don't at the end of the day, right? If you're associating or if you're starting your own practice, at the beginning of both of those opportunities, you don't have much cash flow. You don't have much money. So you got to make sure you're using your money wisely. Get the gas, get the groceries, get the clothing that you need, get the shelter that you need, but nothing too much more than that. If you want the occasional nice thing for birthday presents, for Christmas gifts, etc., go ahead and splurge on that stuff. But at the end of the day, you don't need to be ordering something from Amazon every day, every other day, because at the end of the day, that money adds up. When in reality, if you buy 6 things at $3 a piece, you're looking at $18 you could have stored away that day and moved into your savings account to compound with interest. And over time, that $18 is going to become $180, and it's going to become $1,080, and it's going to become $2,080, et cetera, et cetera. So you're going to compound and grow over time. And I know it's easier said than done, but that's why we have these conversations. That's why I'm so passionate about this stuff. So find yourself in the middle of that financial lifestyle breakdown. Find yourself in the middle of that money management breakdown, and find yourself 2 people to work with, an accountant and a financial advisor, when you first graduate school as an associate or opening up your own practice. Both are going to be necessary to have in your life. I oftentimes say to people that, hiring your mom and dad's accountant and or hiring your mom and dad's financial advisor is not a wise idea. And this is only from personal experience. The reason I tell you this is because they oftentimes are working with and have outdated material, right? They have outdated viewpoints on the world. They have outdated technology. They're not caught up with the latest investments and or fads or trends or whatever it might be. And although finances shouldn't follow fads and trends, oftentimes the technology's got to keep up and maintain to make the best financial decisions. So make sure you're with someone young, someone hip, someone who's hungry to grow your finances, not just their own, to grow your finances, your business, and make sure that you have all your tax preparation done appropriately, and make sure that you find and surround yourself with the right people at the right time in your life. So I hope this was helpful. I love and appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you have a great day today, and I hope you have a very powerful rest of your week. Peace and love, my friends. Bye. Dr. Stu Hoffman, founder and president of Chiro Secure Malpractice Insurance, is the foremost expert in both risk management and risk avoidance. Understanding the everyday challenges of today's practicing chiropractor and the current public perception of chiropractic has made Chiro Secure the fastest growing malpractice insurance program of the last 28 years. Find out more at chirosecure.com. Imaging Services' primary business is chiropractic solutions. With over 45 years in the industry of helping chiropractors, Michael Tokash offers free consultations on building your business. In the past year, Imaging Services has installed over 100 X-ray machines and digital X-ray systems in over 42 states across the United States. For more, head to theimagingservices.com. Dr. Brad Glowacki runs one of the highest volume, highest profile, highest profitability practices in the world, and it's all run with vitalistic communication procedures. Those procedures from his office are then shared with other chiropractors at his various trainings as a part of Level Up mentoring. This information is created, developed, tested, and then packaged simplistically before being taught. With bruises and scars from making mistakes, Dr. Glow always delivers refined content that is battle-tested and simplified for use on Monday. To level up your life and practice, head over to levelupmentoring.rocks. That's levelupmentoring.rocks. Again, I'm your host, Johnny Reuter, and you're listening to the Legendary Chiropractor Podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you for engaging with us on all of our platforms, including, but not limited to, Facebook and Instagram, all at The Legendary Chiropractor. Be sure to check our home site out at thelegendarychiropractor.com, as we have much to offer for prospective chiropractic students, current chiropractic students, recent chiropractic school graduates, and even veteran doctors of chiropractic out in the field. And lastly, I'd like to thank not only you, our listener, but also our podcast sponsors. Without them, this show wouldn't be possible. So I encourage you to go check out their websites and what they have to offer in the show notes for this episode. Thanks again. Stay legendary, my friends.